Sedair Spear. Guys, what's up? Welcome back. Day 4 Monterey Car Week. You can already see behind me, we have found hypercars pretty much instantly. So we are stopping at the same gas station as yesterday, and there's a massive meet that's about to happen before the Tour d'Elegance. So it's going to be a jam-packed day, guys. So remember, subscribe, like, comment, and share. That really helps the channel. But without further ado, let's get at it and go see some hypercars. Well, there we go. Back at the same gas station we started off Wednesday at. Here we have another hypercar lineup. But we've got the color shift Revuelto. That's kind of interesting. But the Agera RS over here, again, the world record car. Man, there's a loud motorcycle back there. We have the world record car here, Agera RS, finished in that nice dark red with the carbon fiber two-tone, the silver accents, very good. We've got the 918 back there, and we do have a Regera towards the back. So, yeah, this is, you know what? Not a bad color, actually, on the Revuelto. Usually at Car Week, it's hard to stop for Revueltos because there's so much going on, but one that's finished in a nice color shift is quite interesting to see. There is the 918 back there with the windmill wheels, and looking quite good in white. And here we also have the Regera white with the blue carbon fiber accents. Not a bad spec and not a bad lineup at the gas station to start off our Thursday, guys. But here we go. We've got more cars rolling in. We've got this like forest green 911 ST, but behind that the Diablo SV. I think maybe my favorite Lamborghini of all time. It's tossed between that and the Mercy SV, but that is the ideal spec as well. Yellow with the big SV sticker. It's so period correct. Remember, reminiscent of the old Need for Speed games too. So man, oh man, that's so cool to see. Such a car week car. And to make matters even cooler, both cars on the Saudi Arabian plates. That is awesome. Still have cars rolling in even after the Koenigsegg left. We have a McLaren Senna, nice carbon with yellow accents, and there is SVJ. That is some kind of a special edition too with the dots on it. I'm not really entirely sure which one actually, but it is kind of nice, white with the purple accents. I kind of like that spec. Oh guys, it is absolutely packed across the street from the gas station. Hey, there's the Viper ACR. I recognize that one, but man, oh man, this lot is filled. So this should be a really good start to Thursday morning. And here we go. Obviously now we see why those hypercars are filling up across the street, because we have ourselves a little meet and getting ready for a hypercar cruise. And there is a little bit of everything here, guys. Everything from SVJs to Zingers to Koenigseggs, and I do see the sparkly Valkyrie Spider that we saw under the cover yesterday. So now we can actually get a look at it without the cover off and see the bedazzled Aston Martin. So you have a nice matte black wire roadster with, I guess you could call it a liquid carbon fiber accents on the flaps, and the front splitter here on a white interior, which does contrast quite nicely. But beside that, we do have the Valkyrie Spider that we did find at Motorlux last night, as I mentioned, under the bag. But now it is out in the daylight, and that is just wild looking, guys. Covered in all these tiny little crystals. The whole car is bedazzled. That's the best way I can put it. That might be our word for Car Week, is bedazzled, because this is probably the only Valkyrie Spider driving around Monterey at the moment. And like I mentioned last time, we have not seen a Valkyrie Spider on the channel before, so this one is a first for us, so that is always good to see. But yes, every single inch of this car is covered in these little jewels or diamonds, whatever you'd like to refer to them as. It's quite a head turner. And beside that crystal covered Valkyrie Spider, we do have that nice Jesko Absolute. We've got more stuff rolling in here. We have the Gunther Works Speedster behind us. I see the Jesko F50. I see a Chiron Pure Sports. It's really even hard to know where to look here, guys. There's so much going on. Behind us, we can also see a yellow Hennessy Venom F5. I point out the two Zingers over there as well. So we'll see if we can get through the crowds and take a look at them. But let's see what's rolling in first. there's another Zinger 21C, the VMAX, green carbon fiber. Now you can see the seating position. The passenger sitting behind the driver, but beside that, we also have the Comfort Apollo and a 1 of 20 Lamborghini Reventon. So that was a bit of a surprise. Nice to see that. Haven't seen one yet at this Monterey Car Week, because that is a first for Monterey Car Week 2025. And then yeah, there's the Apollo S we've seen a couple times now. Yeah, it just keeps coming, guys. It's hard to even know where to look at this point. There we have another SF90 here as well. This one does appear to be the Spider, but what's cool about this one is it's black pretty much all around, but it does have these like dark red carbon fiber accents as well. Looks like he's got some dark red carbon in the interior as well, but good to see these in different specs starting to show up. There is the F50 back there, Ontario car. Shouts out to Mr. Trigg on Instagram. Always good to see fellow Canadians out here at Monterey Car Week. But I'll head back there now and see if we can get a look at those Zingers. There's the Zingers, guys. So it's sort of like a dark yellow and a highlighter yellow, but now you can see the difference between the one with the big wing, the standard one I would call it, and the streamlined one, which is used for the top speed. I believe it's called the VMAX. So yeah, cool to see the two Zingers together. There are some other cars back here as well. So we got a GTR Pro 765 LT. We have some Aventadors. We do have that Utopia over there as well that we saw back on 17 Mile at that very crowded hypercar meet. So good to see that one again. And we also have Fred's Road Legal 935 over here, which we did see back at Moda, but it's really cool to see it out in the flesh actually driving, because as I mentioned, it has been converted to being a road legal car by Lanzante. So this is in its natural element. I absolutely love the livery too. Matches all of his other hypercars as well, but I love how he's also color matched the turbo fans on the wheels too. That is a crazy looking car to see on the road. Yeah, look at that. We've got a KTM Crossbow GT2, I believe, rolling in here. Such an extreme looking car. No, it's a hypercar meet, but look at that Subaru SVX. There we go. Well, JDM content. And just over here, what I guess we call the overflow parking, is a couple of classic P1 specs, Volcano Orange and Volcano Yellow. So yeah, like I mentioned, this is sort of like two colors that are pretty iconic with this particular car. I've always loved the Volcano Orange as well. It always just seems to change in the light. It has like a bit of a, almost like a black flake to it as well, but it looks fantastic. Parked beside that Volcano Yellow one too. Obviously just one of the best modern hypercars. That is not even a debate in my opinion. So good to see both of them parked together. And oh, look at that. There's a CLK DTM pulling out over there. Now that's a very great, rare find right there, the CLK DTM. First for this Monterey Car. We love the wide body on that, obviously reminiscent of the DTM race cars. So cool. Too many people. Just complete mayhem here, guys. The Reventon pulling in behind this Senna here. That is so cool to see. And look at, there is the Road Legal 935. It looks like the hypercars are getting ready to go for a cruise and roll up the PCH. We have 3 6x6s leading the pack here at this hypercar cruise. This is so cool. Talk about having a nice sense of security with pace cars like that. Oh man. And yeah, without further ado, I think the hypercars will be coming. Absolutely wild, guys. There's just hypercars as far as the eye can see. Nice of the police actually to stop the traffic and let these guys out as well, but it's just never ending here. There's got to be hundreds of millions of dollars worth of cars just in this one parking lot. Okay guys, we saw all the hypercars leave there, and now we are going to jump right back into it. The Pebble Beach Tour d'Elegance will be rolling by in just a few minutes, so we're just going to jump a couple minutes down the road and check that out right now. And here comes the Tour d'Elegance, everybody. The moment we've all been waiting for Thursday. We have wrapped up that crazy hypercar tour and the Pebble Beach Tour d'Elegance straight to Carmel for a bit of spotting. And look at this, all in its lonesome. I said earlier in the week, you got to check every side road in Carmel, leave no stone unturned, because look at that. We found a Aston Martin 177, easily one of the coolest Aston Martins ever built, maybe the best one ever, actually. It's a beautiful design, obviously. Got that big unique V12, and I'll take you around to the back. Actually, one of my favorite parts in this car is you can actually see the rear suspension right through the rear window. A lot of reflections on there, but yeah, it's really cool to see the struts and the shocks there. Such a beautiful looking car, and all in its lonesome. One of the only cars we've seen this week that has not been swarmed by people. Here, just down the street or around the corner from the 177, we also have an F12 TDF. Haven't really seen many of these so far this car week, but nice little yellow and black spec. And there is a nice actual matte gray Aventura SVJ Roadster over there too. And again, just around the corner from the 177. Look at this Carrera GT, guys. It's that's a pretty bold livery, if I may say so myself. There's a lot going on with that. I'm not really sure what they're going for with the design, but it's clearly not like the other Carrera GTs that we have seen this week. So I don't know, guys. You like the livery? Don't like it? Let me know in the comments. So there's a bit of a show going on today on Ocean Avenue. Some interesting cars, but this one is by far the coolest. We've got the Formula Drift Ferrari 599. So yeah, probably the most sacrilegious Ferrari out there, but hey man, this is just unbelievable and really cool to see that someone actually went all out and made a drift car out of a 599. It's got to be one of the best sounding drift cars on the planet too, with that big huge V12. But look at how the wide body is completely cut up the car, completely changed the look of it. It's got that massive rear wing hanging off of the back of it too, which is probably the most extreme angle for this car. I mean, have a look at that. Yeah, so cool. The fact that this drifts against the likes of like Nissan 240 SXs and the likes of those. But man, that is so crazy looking. We've got a Ferrari 550 over here too, with like one of the old GTS or GT1 kits on it, finished in green. That is very good looking. I can imagine it sounds fantastic too. And this one is a Ferrari 308 with the GT2 body kit on it, so kind of similar looking to a 288 GTO, but obviously built for racing, just like that 550 with the GTS kit over there. Yeah, really cool little trio Ferraris. Not expecting to see these here today. There, gas stop in Carmel. We've got a Mercy SV pulling in. Finally, we get one this year. Holy moly. Now that is a good Lamborghini. I was just mentioning, hard to tell if the Diablo or the Mercy SV is my favorite. Well, we've seen both now. I don't know, guys. Might give the slight edge to the Mercy. That is beautiful. And a quick little Porsche find. We got the Maritime Blue GT4 RS, and we have another Carrera GT. This one does not have all the art on it like the other one, but still just a nice silver CGT.
Here we got the
holy
CC850.
That's the new Sadir Sabre. Goodness gracious, I hope I pronounced that right. And check it out, there's like 3 935s here, all road legal cars and all different specs. That's really cool, actually. Looks like they're all gonna go for a drive soon down 17 Mile. Okay, so we came back to where we started this morning because we did get word that this Valkyrie Spider has returned, and there is the Carrera GT that we saw earlier. Apparently all that design on it is actually all paint. They painted over PPF, but hey, that's still pretty bold to do that. I did want to show you guys the back of the Valkyrie Spider because we didn't get to see that earlier with the crowds, but now you can see it in the sun. And just as I move the camera around, you can see all of the jewels and crystals just sort of shining and glimmering in the light. Even the small details right down to the plate frame has the same kind of design on it. Obviously still driving with the top off of the Valkyrie Spider, as you should on a nice sunny day like this. But just take a look at that, guys. That is incredibly bold to do this on any car, let alone a multi-million-dollar Aston Martin Valkyrie Spider. And I can just move this camera around for all day, showing you guys how it glimmers in the light. It's such a crazy looking car. Trying to point out this GT3 RS too. That is such a nice color and good looking wheels too. So shouts out to that guy. Good color choice and good wheel choice too. So here I was thinking this was like a one-off color, but apparently it's one of two. Or maybe there's more, I'm not really sure, but kind of crazy to see a very unique color like this on two exactly spec, essentially 992 GT3 RSs. That's cool. And somehow we found ourselves back at the Starbucks again, because there we go, check it out. We have 2 of the 50 Maserati MC12s in the world parked side by side here. That is pretty damn cool. And most interesting part, they're both running with the roofs off. So kind of rare, actually. I don't ever see people take the roofs off half the time, so it's nice to see them with the tops off. And they are, of course, obviously in that iconic white and blue livery that pretty much every MC12 is in. So iconic with this car. And yeah, very special to see these two parked together, obviously. Brought to you by Merit Partners. Thank you very much for bringing these out. Always good to see MC12s. And there we go, front shot of the 2 MC12s. Now you can get a better angle of it with the roofs off too. They just look so cool with the top down, I must say. And yeah, just unbelievable, guys. I think this is actually the number 2 and 3 MC12s for us, if you count the one we saw at Broad Arrow yesterday. But lovely to see this. We'll see if we can get some driving action. I'm not sure how long they will be staying, but this is sort of the theme with Car Week 2025. You see the crowds first, and then you see the cars. Man, it is busier than ever, but how can you go wrong, guys? 2 MC12s. So how about that, guys? We stopped into Starbucks for a second to grab a coffee, and a silver F50 has showed up. And this is not just a regular silver F50. Check. Whoa. My goodness. You're interrupted by a couple revs from the DDE Revuelto over there, but look at the seat inserts on the F50 in yellow. Never seen that before. This car was actually in Japan for a very long time, and now it has made its way over to the US. So that is awesome to see that. Only a handful of silver ones too, as it looks like some cars are getting to roll out here. Looks like there are a few more supercars that rolled in as well, causing a bit of a commotion, I would say. As yeah, wow, look at the Valkyrie Spider actually is hiding back there again, the bedazzled one. So yeah, it did get quite busy, and this is what can happen. You stop for a coffee at Car Week, and supercars will just roll in non-stop. It was the Saudi plated 675 LT. That is so cool. All right, guys, our next stop here, we are just going to be heading into the Quail just the evening before the event, and a lot of the stuff will be covered up, obviously getting prepared, and it is a bit drizzly outside, but there is one particular car I do really want to show you guys. It is a debut, it is a premiere, it is a one of one, and we'll see what else is in there too. But we're gonna head in there right now and you guys are gonna see exactly what I'm talking about. So we are in the Quail here a bit early. It's a bit drizzly, I would say, so a lot of stuff is covered, and obviously it's a bit early for the actual event itself. But I did want to take you guys over to one particular stand because there is I guess it is a new release that we do want to take a look at. So without further ado, I'm just going to walk straight over there, and then I'll see if there's anything else we can take a quick little peek at too while we are here. But like I said, a lot of stuff is under bags, but we'll see what we can do. Main focus though is right over there, so let's go right now. There we go, a bit early, but the new Bugatti Brouillard, one of one, based off of, I believe it's like the founder's original horse. That's sort of what is inspired it. Like the humps at the back are supposed to be the lines of a horse. It's finished in this beautiful like satin green over green carbon fiber two-tone. It's even got these like intakes over the top, and what's interesting about this one is it is a W16, which I thought was going to be finished with the shoe on, but apparently they have decided to make one more. And you can see from the front, it sort of has like the headlights of the Mistral. It has the front grille sort of the Tourbillon. So a bit of inspiration from all of the current Bugattis, or the recent Bugattis, which is cool. But from the front, what's really nice is those intakes over the W16 very much remind me of the Veyron. So there's basically styling cues from all of the recent Bugattis, which is so damn cool. It looks absolutely phenomenal. Even the seats are green. It looks like the dashboard is green. We can't really get too close to it because it is a bit early, like I said, but it's very cool to be able to see this new one-of-one Bugatti Brouillard up fairly close, I would have to say. And there's a lot of cues from the horse as well inside of the car. So yeah, it's absolutely lovely. It's all I can say. It's a beautiful looking vehicle. I'll see if I can sort of get around to the back too. But yeah, great job from Bugatti on the Brouillard, and huge shout out for using the W16 one more time. So yeah, and there is the back of it. You can really get a good look at the intakes over the back of the W16 as well, and you can see the rear carbon fiber section there finished in green, just that over that rear diffuser. It has the double stacked exhaust, sort of like the Chiron Super Sport as well, and this is a great angle that you can see like the humpbacks I was mentioning, that's reminiscent of the shape of a horse, which is so cool. They've incorporated that. It also has those like X-wing sort of lights like the Mistral, which is obviously a very nice looking design cue. I can't say enough good things about this car though. There is just so many good lines to look at. The green looks fantastic as well, the satin green against the dark green carbon fiber. Just a beautiful, beautiful looking car. And this is from a new program. I think it's called the Solitaire program, where they will be doing a lot of these one-offs, and they'll all be inspired by, I guess, pieces of Bugatti's history. So just really awesome that Bugatti is doing this. And this is the first car from that Solitaire program. So it's awesome that we get to see this up close and personal on its debut here at the Quail. And guys, I will just show you quickly the interior here, but as I was mentioning, all green, lots of green actually, even some green plaid just around the steering wheel. But I did mention that's obviously based off of the owner's or the founder's favorite horse. There you go, you can see the horse patterns in the backs of the seats, and then even on the inside of the doors that you can see the horses. Quick zoom in there to have a look at that. The detail on this is incredible, and like I mentioned, it's the Solitaire program, so it's sort of showing how wild these owners can go with these one-of-one Bugattis, pretty much doing anything you can possibly think of to make this incredibly unique, and knowing that there will be no other person on the planet that will have a car like yours. So this one is based off of the Mistral. I guess they can make these off of tourbillons going forward, or any other special Bugattis, but it's just lovely to see that they've incorporated sort of design elements from every single Bugatti. The intakes from the Veyron, the front of the tourbillon, lights of the Mistral. There's a bit of everything in here, so just cool to see that. And great job to Bugatti, like I said, on designing an absolutely beautiful one-of-one car. It'll be interesting to see what else comes out of the new Solitaire program. But guys, let me know what you think of the new Bugatti Bolide down in the comments. There are a few Bugattis under the bags here too. Zonda Revolution, which we have seen a couple of times on the channel, the blue carbon against the dark black carbon. There's a Wyra R over there. The new Wyra Revo, which is being unveiled. I think you can take the top off of that one. I think the back is slightly longer than the Zonda R, or sorry, the Wire R, the standard one. There we go, nice little zoom, very good. And there's another Zonda R over there, the lap record car, which obviously, yeah, did very well. The Nürburgring 6:47 lap time, as you can see, and a 1:08.5 on the Top Gear test track, and the 1/1 Zonda Monza, which is finished, I believe it's on the C12, like one of the original bodies. I actually have seen this car before I actually started my YouTube channel, but even though it's under a bag, it is still cool to see a Zonda. It's got that massive rear like GT wing, sort of like the Zonda GR, the famed GT1 race car that didn't last very long, but even though it's under bags, always cool to see some Pagani's. But yeah, a quick little preview of the Quail with the Brouillard as well. Oh, there's a Toyota 2000 GT that doesn't have a cover on it. Obviously, I guess the first JDM supercar. Great to see that over here in the US. Just a beautiful looking design. It's obviously inspired so many iconic car designs after that, and they are worth a ton of money now, like well over $1 million, I would say. So easily probably the most significant Toyota road car of all time, I would have to say. Yes, even over the Mark IV Super. The 2000 GT is incredibly special, and it's finished in a really nice red. I think most of them are generally in white, so it's always good to see one in a different color. There's a ton of F50s here as well. It's a big anniversary, obviously. It's under a bag right now, but that is the one of three, I believe, F50 GT. So basically a GT1 version of the F50, which is incredibly extreme, and hopefully we'll see that without the bag on it. But look at that, we got different colors here, black, red, and yellow. I think there's definitely more than one of the black F50 here at the Quail this year. I think there's 4 in total produced, so I can see at least 2. There's one and there's a second one back there, so there's at least 50%. There's a yellow one over there as well, so that's number 2, and obviously a ton of red ones, and obviously some of them are a bit different. We can see the hard tops. There's one soft top over there, another one actually, but there is a few different variations of them, so that's cool to see. But I don't know if you guys will ever find a bigger collection of F50s in one place than we have right here. I mean, there's at least a dozen from what I can count. Maybe you guys can do the counting for me or help out, but there's quite a few. That's all I could say. So incredible display here, and a massive tribute to the legendary F50. And maybe you guys can let me know which one is your favorite color too, the black, the red, or the yellow, because all of them look so good. But to each their own. Let me know down in the comments which one you guys like best. And there is F40 rolling in, yellow SP3 over there as well. So a great little display here of Ferraris. Yeah, there's the new Koenigsegg Sedair Spear based off the Jesko. It's pretty cool. And a CC850 with her, oh no, sorry, a Gamero, the roof box, my mistake. That's really cool. Damn. And there is another colored F50. Now we have a quartet of different colors. So the red, black, and yellow. And there is the silver one rolling in. Little zoom. There we go. Completing the F50 display. That is so cool. Look at that. We have a silver Enzo rolling in too. How about that? Another little zoom. Man, oh man, that is nice. Great Ferrari display. Michael Schumacher Formula 1 Ferrari. Trailered in at the last second. That's cool. All right, guys, that's a wrap. Thursday, Monterey Car Week 2025. That was probably the most jam-packed day so far. Insane cars. The Hypercar meet, the Tour d'Elegance, and obviously getting to see the new Bugatti Bolide up close and personal before the official reveal was always going to be special. So we are going to hit the hay, get some much needed rest. If you can't tell, we're sunscreen, guys. My nose is insanely red. We'll get that all fixed up. Get ready for Friday. Let's see what happens next time, guys. See you then.